Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we have a love it or leave it. This is our kind of quarterly activewear check-in where we do a bunch of mini reviews of all the activewear that I just haven't been able to get into its own review. And then we also do quality updates and favorites, and keeping the favorites to a minimum because I am working on our best activewear of 2025. So those will have the favorites from all year, but we still do have a couple favorites at the end. And today the mini reviews really popped off. We have a ton of great pieces in the mini reviews. So we're gonna do rapid fire mini review style where I just talk through them. We have some affordable activewear from Aoxjox, Unissu, Ingia. We have some Oner active pieces I picked up during their Black Friday sale and a cute little set from Wiskii as well. So a bunch of different brands from a bunch of different price points. If you're new here, my name is Catherine and we like to chat about activewear at great length. So grab a little beverage, grab a snack, and let's get into the mini reviews. So we're starting off with Aoxjox. They recently came out with 3 different straight leg pants, and I just did my wide straight leg pant review a couple months ago, and ever since I posted that review we've gotten some really great options at a range of price points. So Aoxjox is in the affordable price range and they have 3 different lengths and they're actually tall girl friendly. I don't know what it is with the affordable brands and these wide leg pants, but so many affordable brands, they make the same lengths that they would for like a flare yoga pant style, and the standard inseams for flares are 29 inch for the short, 31 inch for regular, and then 33 to 34 for tall. But for wide leg pants, they all ride up a little bit. Sometimes you guys comment, you're like, oh, these rode up. For me, all wide leg pants ride up. So if you don't want any riding up, don't get wide leg pants. Anyways, because they ride up, you need to add like an extra inch or 2 to the inseam. So the standard lengths that have been working best for these straight and wide leg pants is a 31 inch for the short, 33 regular, and 35-ish for the tall. And that is what Aoxjox has delivered. So we have a lot to get through. First of all, we have my favorite of their straight leg pants. Spoiler, these are the Aoxjox Athlenza straight leg. I got the size small, 35 inch, and they are $33.99. So these are made of their Luma stretch fabric. If I had to relate this fabric to something, it reminds me a lot of Camo Fitness Serenity. Here's an up close of the fabric. It's brushed, but it's a little bit more on the dense and slightly structured side. So it does have more of a medium compression up in the top area and not as much flow as something like the Yorio pants, which I also really like. Except I do think I've been liking these just a little bit better because the length is better for me and they have matching full length tops. So we'll get into that in a second. But these have a high to ultra high rise, no front seam, and there's no scrunches or anything going on, so I don't get any crotch tension or any camel toe. So already that makes me really like these. They have a straight leg line and they flare around mid thigh, maybe even mid to lower thigh, so a little bit lower than some. And because of that, they only ride up mildly. So I would say these are really not too bad with ride up. Also, maybe due to the structure of the fabric, they did stay in place pretty well. We do have curve seams in the back, so there's no scrunch and the back rise isn't super short, so you're not going to want to sit this between the cheeks, but it still does give a nice glute contouring effect, nice medium high on the booty scale. I just think these have a really sleek and flattering look while remaining comfortable and having actual tall girl friendly inseams. So these have made their way to the top for my affordable wide leg pants. And like I hinted to, these do have a matching full-length top. This is the Aoxjox Athlenza halter top. I got a size small and it's $29.99. Made of that same material, so it does have a brushed feel to it. It still has a good amount of stretch and structure. Unfortunately, the one drawback of this top is that it is a halter, but it's really not too tight on the neck. I would say these are true to size, but if you're in between, size down because it just isn't super skin tight on me. It has a little bit of space. So it's a halter neck with a wrap style in the front and a little bit of ruching detail on the side. The back is very flattering and very open. We do have the Aoxjox logo in the center back, and this does have a full built-in shelf liner with cup pads, and the length is about a high hip and has a good amount of overlap with the bottoms. So do I wish it wasn't a halter? Yes. Will I still be wearing this with the matching pants quite often? Yes, this is like my go-to like errands and airport fit recently, like this style of like full-length matching top with the bottoms. Come on. It's not fair. You can't come in here and not get an appearance. Okay, give us a stretch. Give us a stretch. See? You like? Pinto loves to be stretched. He's such a long boy. Look at this. You're so silly. You're so silly. I love you. Yes. Mwah. Mwah. I can't actually kiss his nose because I have plumping lip gloss on and I can't imagine that would be a good experience for him. All right, next up, we have another Aoxjox straight leg pant. This was actually the first one I got and these heavily disappointed me. These are the Aoxjox Veloura straight leg leggings and I was disappointed because this Veloura fabric is so incredibly soft. It's more of a low compression, ultra brushed kind of velvety feel. Here it is up close. It almost reminds me of an affordable version of the Buff Bunny Posh Knit fabric. And you guys know I love Posh Knit. So I was very excited to see these came in a straight leg pant, but these fit all sorts of wrong. First of all, probably the worst camel toe I've ever gotten in a wide leg pant. I don't know what it is. It's something about the construction of the gusset here. And then they also have a scrunch in the back, but I just kind of feel like the scrunch was a little bit poorly done. It's very scrunched. It still looks scrunched when you wear it. And it just kind of creates all this crotch tension. And it's a scrunch, but the back rise is really long. So it still goes up very high in the back. It just, you can see in the try on, it does not look good. These also have kind of a baggier fit overall. They reminded me of the Alphalete Aura wide leg pants. They flared more like upper thigh and just had a little bit more of a slouchy fit. But with the Alphalete Aura wide leg pants, I can kind of adjust the tension in the crotch to not cause me any problems. I was not able to do that with these pants. So these were a big no for me. So I'm glad that they have the other ones, but I really liked this fabric. All right, we have one last wide leg pant from Aoxjox. These are the Aoxjox fold over waist straight leg bottoms. They are in that same Luma stretch fabric that the first ones were in. So kind of like Camo Fitness Serenity. They are brush, but they have a little bit of structure to them. These also come in those same 3 inseam lengths, 31, 33, and 35. I wear the 35. These are true to size, but they do run a little bit bigger and a little bit more relaxed than the Athlenza pant. So I think if you want them to just be a little bit more snug overall, you could size down. These do have a mid to high rise once you fold it over the waistband, but the thing about these fold over waistbands is you can kind of adjust them to your liking. This just felt like where they actually wanted to sit, so that's where I'm rating the rise. I've had mixed feelings about the fold over waist trend. I do think it's kind of fun to bring back these nostalgic fits from when I was a kid with the more updated Gen Z style leg line with this wide leg fit, but I definitely prefer the Athlenza pant. They just seem a little bit more wearable to me, and I find myself often like fiddling with the fold over waistband because it rides up a little bit and just kind of moves around. Other than that, they have a straight to relaxed fit and they flare around mid to upper thigh. In terms of the riding up, I would say it's mild to moderate. They rode up a little bit more than the Athlenza pant, but because they're a little bit looser, they were easier to kind of like shimmy back down into place. So I think these are cute and fun. Am I gonna wear them? Yes, but I don't like them quite as much as the first ones. We also have a little Aoxjox sports bra. This is the Athlenza twist front bra. This one surprisingly worked for me. These are a little bit more minimal coverage bras, but still mostly large cup size friendly. I would say that this is true to size, made of the same Luma stretch material. The coverage is about medium and the support is low to medium. We have this twist front detail. It almost creates this sweetheart neckline. There's a little bit of a cutout at the bottom. We do have removable cup pads and there is a little elastic along the bottom just to keep you secure. We have tank straps and I was a little bit nervous because they are a very scooping wide tank strap, but during the try on I wasn't feeling like they were trying to escape off my shoulders like these often do. So it definitely could be a concern at the gym for them falling off your shoulders, but it wasn't something I noticed immediately, so it wasn't too bad. We have one more set from Aoxjox. This is from a different collection, I think. We have the Sculpt tank. This is in the Aura Flex fabric. It kind of feels like a combination of the Luma stretch and the Veloura, I think. So I thought the Sculpt tank was very cute. It's a nice waist length top and it does have removable cup pads, but it doesn't have an actual shelf liner, but the waist area is a double thickness fabric. So because of that, you do get a good amount of compression in the waist area. So I still felt like I was supported. True to size, low to medium coverage and low support. I would say it's mostly large cup size friendly. It's a cleavage moment, but it wasn't falling out of it. And then we also have adjustable straps. I thought this was a really cute top with a little cutout detail. I could have used just a little bit longer because this is more waist length for me and I prefer the high hip length of the other top, but I felt like this was a really good fit. Then we have the Aoxjox Mila 6-inch biker shorts. This is where we're really seeing Aoxjox can be so hit or miss. Like I feel like they absolutely nailed those Athlenza straight leg pants and the fold over ones, especially in combination with the full length halter top, like one of the best affordable sets that I've seen in a while. And then we have these shorts. I thought that there was some potential with these shorts because I really love a drawstring waistband in shorts, like especially when it looks like this. It's the external drawstring and it's more for decoration. Like it's one of my things that I just like. So I was excited about that. But then they decided to make the waistband go insanely far down in the back and make your glutes look incredibly small. It is not flattering in the back at all, like a low on the booty scale in the back. And I just don't know how we could have such a good fit on the straight legs and such a bad fit on these. Anyways, I did find these true to size. They are a high, almost ultra high rise. We do have that drawstring in the middle, but no top band or anything. So the drawstring in the middle just helps them stay up, but it doesn't like cinch you at the top and create any muffin top. No front seam. I liked this fabric, but I still do like the other fabric a little bit more. And I did find the thigh seam on this one to be just a little bit restricting. So if you have very thick thighs, beware. Overall, a low to medium compression. And like I said, just really not super flattering in the back. I don't know whose decision it was to make the waistband go down like 5 inches. This is just unheard of. I don't get it. And yeah, these disappointed me because I really wanted a cute little matching set with the top. And unfortunately, these let me down. All right, our next mini review is for the brand Unissu, one of my other favorite affordable Amazon brands. And this is a brand who decided to only make one length in their straight leg pants, and it's a 31-inch inseam. So this really only works if you're like 5'3" or below. These are the hug curve, no front seam, high-waisted, wide leg pants. I got a size small. Again, they only come in one length, so these are very awkwardly short for me, and these are $42. So a little bit more expensive than most affordable brands. We have another high to ultra high rise, true to size mostly, but if you're in between, I would be sizing down. I just had a little bit of extra room in the waist. They weren't super snatching. No front seam. These always dip down slightly in the front, which I always find flattering. And then one major pro of these pants is they have side pockets. And the only other wide leg pant that had side pockets before this one were the Pop Flex pants, and that was it. The Aerie ones had pockets too, but they were a little bit of a different style. These also have little curved seams in the back, so flattering without having any scrunches. I didn't get any crotch tension in these. They have a straight leg shape. They flare about mid-thigh, and the ride up was pretty mild. I also really like their fabric. It has good flow to it, but still has some good hold. And it's also a brushed feel, so nice and soft against the skin. So unfortunately, these would be really nice if they came in more lengths. As soon as I launched these, I messaged them and I was like, you guys have to do more lengths. Like 31-inch only is a crime for wide leg pants. All right, next up for the mini reviews, we have a couple pieces from Oner. I did shop their Black Friday sale, which was like a little bit disappointing. I don't like when brands don't like discount like everything on the website, and their sweats were not discounted. But I still did pick up a few things because I really wanted a running outfit with the leggings that I'm gonna share next. But starting off with the sports bra, I got the Easy Lift high neck sports bra. I got a size small, and it is $42 full price. I think I paid like 30 something. This is made of their Easy Lift fabric. I wanted a sports bra that would be good for running, so I picked a high neck bra. This one ended up not being super supportive. It's more of a medium support. Am I gonna try to run in it? Yes, but I definitely felt like I was bouncing around a little bit. That is my bad. They do have sports bras that are made of more performance fabrics that have a little bit more compression, but I didn't want a zip neck sports bra. For some reason, my neck skin is very sensitive. It's probably red right now, that sometimes zippers, especially on sports bras specifically, like the chafing with running just doesn't work for me. So I liked that this one was high neck without that. But yeah, this material, it's like a light to mid-weight brush material, a little bit heavier than the Soft Motion. It is a full coverage, which is nice. We have the logo in the front, high neck, removable cups, very simple in the back, just little crossover straps. I think this one fits well. It's very comfortable, but specifically looking for running, it's not the most supportive. All right, then we have the Oner Unified High-Waisted Pocket Leggings. I have been eyeing these for a while. A lot of you guys recommended these for running, so I did want to try them. I waited for the Black Friday sale. So I got a size small, long. These are actually a 29-inch inseam, so they're actually even a little bit long for me. I am 5'9", but for some reason, I really like a 27-inch inseam for leggings. So for my ultra tall girlies, this is great. I can still definitely wear them. I just wish that they put the inseams on their website. Again, like Oner does not put their inseams on the website. They just say short, regular, or tall. I'm like, I need to know the actual inseam measurement because short and regular and tall mean different things to different brands. So I do find these true to size, but they are quite compressive. They are a medium to high compression, and they are a sleek performance material. So this is my preferred fabric for running. Good compression, pet fur friendly, sweat wicking. Even though these have a 9-inch rise. They really hit more of a mid-rise on me because they are so compressive. They also have a mesh panel in the waistband, which I did feel like it kind of rolled up a little bit on me and I wasn't quite able to fully straighten it out. So that was a little bit annoying. Paragon in their rec stretch tends to have a little mesh in the waistband too. But for me, Paragon never wrinkles up. It seems to be smoothed out now, so we'll see next time I put them on. Maybe it'll be better. I did really love the pocket space in these. First of all, we have a bonded edge of the pocket, so it's very sleek. The pocket goes all the way up to the waistband and they're just very spacious. And then because the rise just wasn't quite as high as I wanted, I felt like they sat a little bit too low down on the glutes and wasn't super flattering in the back. And this is not the type of legging where you can pull it up the cheeks. This is a high compression performance legging. Those just don't stay between the cheeks very well, so I don't think it was like intentionally meant to go up the cheeks there. So I still like them overall. I was expecting to like them a little bit more. I think if they just had an extra inch on the rise, they would just stay up a little bit better overall for me and just be a little bit more flattering. But overall, I do think they are going to be good for cardio. And to complete my running fit from Oner, I also picked up this seamless fitted tank. I love lightweight seamless tops for running. They wick away the sweat nicely and it just adds a little bit of a layer to me without being too warm. This one has a high neck. It layered really well with the Easy Lift sports bra. This one's about a mid-hip length, so still goes over my hips a little bit, but it's not overwhelmingly long. Overall, the fit I would say is body skimming. It wasn't super tight, so if you are looking for a skin tight fit, I would be sizing down. Then we have a racer back. This is super lightweight, very breathable. It even has little ribbed paneling on the side, so I thought this was a nice top. All right, our next brand for mini reviews. I got another set from Wiskii. So if you guys remember, I reviewed Wiskii in my recent trying brands that are always advertising to me video. I've been super hesitant about this brand. I thought they were drop shipping, but after my last video reviewing them, I came to the conclusion that I don't think they're drop shipping and their stuff is actually a lot better than I had expected. I still do have some problems with the brand, mainly their size range, which we'll talk about in a second. They're also kind of pricey, but they did see my last video. This is still not sponsored, but they did give me a discount code because I complained about the price in my last video. So they did give me 21% off. The code's just Catherine21. So that definitely does help a little bit. But anyways, I lately have been a sucker for an active bubble skirt. I mean, so cute. So when I saw they had the bubble skirt, I had to try it. This is the Wiskii mini bubble skirt. I got a size small. This is $79. So yeah, a little bit pricey, but I do think it's really cute. It's a high rise. The waistband is made of a dense brushed fabric, and it also has a little bonded edge on the top. It's all very smooth, but stays up well. The bubble material has some nice structure to it. It feels like a soft shell windbreaker style material. It is very mini. It's only 13 inches from waistband to hem, which most bubble skirts do tend to be on the minier side. So I am used to it, but it does seem to dip down a little bit in the back. So it does cover the glutes back there. It also has pockets on the outer skirt and it has one pocket on the inner shorts as well. And the inner shorts have no front seam. They are a 2.5-inch inseam. So this is a super mini skirt, but I still think it's really cute, especially in this color. Then to go with it, this whole collection that they had has these little like floral decals, which I do feel like could be very hit or miss, but I'm kind of eating it up. I think it's so cute. This is the one shoulder floral tank top. This one is made of a soft, stretchy, ribbed fabric. And this top really makes me have an issue with the size range. Again, the size range is small to large, only 3 sizes. And I wear the size small, and this was a little bit big for me at the bottom. So I am not the smallest person in the world. There should absolutely be at least one size below my size. So I really didn't like that this was running a little bit big and I'm wearing the smallest size. So that's definitely an area that they could improve. Anyways, we do have the one shoulder, the little decal. Overall, it was pretty good coverage. I'd say medium coverage. It was kind of low to medium in this side, high on this side, so evening out around medium. There is a full shelf liner with cup pads. Their cup pads are very thick and padded though, so I don't love them. This was also much longer than expected. It was kind of a mid-hip length, so I did end up tucking it in to the skirt just so I wasn't covering up the cute bubble skirt moment, and I liked that better. So yeah, the set was definitely a little bit of a splurge, but I do see myself wearing the set traveling. I love like an elevated athleisure look where you're almost like, is that even activewear? But then it's made of a nice material that you feel like you can sweat a little bit in. It has the built-in bra, the built-in shorts and pockets. It just kind of has everything I look for. And super quick, our last mini review. I really thought I was going to be faster with these, but I say that every time. We have a new style top from Ingia. This is the ribbed twist top. If you like their wrap sweaters like me, I have like every color of the wrap sweater. sweater. It's made of the softest, stretchy, ribbed material that actually feels like it's held up very well over time. Like, I haven't even found a more expensive wrap sweater that I prefer to the Ingia one. They now have it in this twisted style, so you can wear it with this twist in the front, or you could wear it with the more full coverage way in the front. Personally, I still prefer the wrap sweater to this. I feel like the wrap was just like a little bit low on my body, and I just like the way the wrap sweater fits, but it's a slightly above waist cropped length, true to size, stretchy, and very soft fabric. All right, moving on to quality updates. Mostly everything has been holding up well, so I struggle to do quality updates for the things that are holding up well because they just don't stand out to me. But I do have one piece that I was immediately kind of disappointed. So Petula did a bunch of little mini drops throughout the month of November, which I despise. I hate when brands do these mini drops. They are so annoying. I hate them for a couple different reasons. From the creator side, it's really annoying to have to wait until an item drops to give you guys a review. And then I'm kind of just left with Instagram story reviews. And then I spam my Instagram stories and only half the people actually care about the specific item that I'm reviewing. And it just takes up way too much space on my page. But then from the consumer side, you guys are pressured to place like multiple orders throughout the days of the sale. There were like 5 or 6 of these mini drops, and it's just annoying for everyone all around. So just understand that I also hate it and I don't approve, yet Petula continues to do it. And I also can't do my preferred review style, which is YouTube, because I couldn't post it until everything was already dropped, and then it's already dropped. So I do hate it. Anyways, this was one of the things that dropped in the mini reviews, and I will just say, I have been wearing these because they are incredibly comfortable. These are the Petula Comfort Knit wide leg pants, and as a concept, in terms of the fit and the style, love these. In terms of the fabric, you will see, first of all, these are covered in cat hair. That is just my life. That's why I wear mostly heather gray and light colors around the house, because you can't see cat hair. I've been wearing these pants for quite a bit around my house. These are the Aritzia cargos, and you can't even tell that I've been sitting with the cats with these. So that's what I like. But my main issue with these pants is that immediately when sitting down with the cats, these are just not snag proof. Peach likes to get her claws in me a little bit, like not in a way that ever hurts, and most fabrics it's totally fine, but I have quite a few snags. Oh my, like actually a lot of snags. A lot of snags, and they're also pilling quite a bit between the thighs. So these were not cheap pants, and I just don't really feel like they're holding up. Fortunately, I did get to kind of test these out before my mini review, and I did let you guys know that they were snagging, but I figured it needed a place in my quality updates. And lastly, guys, we have made it to the favorites section of the video. Starting out, I don't think I've talked about these yet, but I have actually found quite a few running shorts that have worked for me this year, which is great because last year I had like one pair. These are the Flip Belt 7-inch running shorts. These hit so many marks. First of all, true high rise. Second of all, performance material. The material is actually almost like a neoprene scuba type material, but it's not too heavy, it's not too warm, it stayed in place really well and was still sweat wicking. I've run in these multiple times now. They also have a 7-inch inseam, which is my ideal short inseam. They ride up about an inch and then they stay put completely and completely cover my thighs so I don't get any chafing. And then these are made from the brand Flip Belt, and Flip Belt is known for their running belts, and they've integrated the Flip Belt belt into the shorts itself. My one gripe with the Flip Belt is that my waist is smaller than my hips. So the belt liked to ride up to my waist and it would just move around a little bit. So having it integrated into the shorts means that it doesn't move around. You have these kind of slip-in pockets in the front, and the one on the right even has a little key leash. Then in the back, you have this large zip pocket. You could probably fit like a soft water bottle back here. And then you still have a side pocket on either side. And you guys, no front seam. These hit basically every mark for me. These have potential to be my #1 running short of the year. I don't know if they will be yet. We're still kind of working out the details of that video, but highly recommend these. I don't think they have leggings yet that have no front seam, so I will be waiting on those. My second favorite, these are not a new favorite, but because winter came around yet again, I've been living in my little Ugg slipper dupes. These are $45 on Amazon, guys, and they have lasted so well. They're a dupe for the Ugg Tasman slipper with the platform, so they do have a little bit of a platform. They're so soft. I do recommend sizing up in these, but in the winter when it's time for me to go to the grocery store, or even when I go like to and from solid core, when I want to wear my grip socks, these are my go-to instead of slides. Anyways, they're so comfy. I reached for them last year, still reaching for them this year, and I really like them. And my last favorite is the Petula Crew long sleeve. I just love the materials of their long sleeves so much. I think this one is a modal spandex and it's so lightweight, so breathable. I love to wear these to the gym. They just keep me a little bit warm, but they don't restrict me, and they just have such nice flow to them. Petula is really good at a flowy top, and I love like a draping top like this. This is the size small. It's true to size for a semi-relaxed fit, but just so cozy. I wear these to the gym. I wear these at home. I wear these when I self-tan because they just like sit on your skin nicely. I absolutely love these. Okay, you guys, that is it for Love It or Leave It. If you made it this far, you're the best. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And leave a comment down below what your favorite piece that launched this year was. I already collected a bunch of responses from you guys for your favorite activewear pieces of the year, and I will be doing a little roundup of what you guys liked. But just curious, if you didn't fill out that form, what your thoughts are. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!